If you don't know, the GD Awards are an annual event set by the developer of the game where the whole community joins together to see which level in the Funny Square game has the funniest squares. And because this game is organised so amazingly, the categories still aren't out as of writing this, so I'll just go with the ones from last year's awards and talk about at least one classic and one platformer in each category. And I think I got some pretty solid levels here, so yeah, that's really it. Next video will be a lot more interesting, I promise you. In terms of levels, the categories just go up by difficulty. So first up is auto levels, and the two I can instantly think of that will be in the nominations are the Tapala Prelude by Moist and Egg and Cube Tapper by Epsilon the Derg. If you don't know these levels, Cube Tapper is a level that has these recreations of icons moving and lighting up to match a specific layer of the song WAVETAPPER by FRUMS. A part that a surprising amount of people don't know is the fact that the level is actually inspired by the original visuals for the song, which are also made by FRUMS. A side-by-side comparison of the two is playing right now. The Tapala Prelude is the only auto level so far to be given a rating higher than Epic, with its 4 creator point legendary rating being well deserved in my opinion given its staggering 14 minutes of the length. It's literally just an entire animation in the Geometry Dash level editor. Now, do I know what this animation is about? Not at all, I'm a busy man, I ain't got time for none of that shit. But from the minute that I did watch, I can't lie, it's peak fiction, there's nothing more I can say, so that's my pick for the best auto level, yeah. I think it's a really solid choice given that it's the only legendary so far, and it'll likely win in the eyes of... I forgot about the BPI level, didn't I? I don't know how to pronounce its name, but regardless, this level has stayed in my brain since it came out all the way back in January of this year. I remember it vividly, seeing in January 1st, 2024, 2.2 had not been out for more than 10 days and people were cooking up actual masterpieces like this. I have literally zero clue why this wasn't the first legendary, and I still think it is one of the best levels to have come out of 2.2, even with how early it is. So yeah, this level, whose name I can't be bothered to pronounce, by BPI is my pick for the best auto level, and it is not very close. Pretty much every other auto level that dropped this year has been some sort of goodbye 2008, hello 2009 type stuff that, while it is absolute art, there are so many of them that they all bring each other down. Now on to easy levels, and there's no debate, it's just rage quit. This level's literally won $100 million trillion quadrillion from the Mr. Wabu man himself. I don't need to talk about this one much more really, nothing's coming close. Platform levels aren't much closer either. There's only one level in this game where you can beat the ever-living shit out of someone, hit a go-kart racing boss fight, enter Pokémon, destroy a speeding train with nothing but your fate, become a Kiwi, enjoy some classical piano, get shot out of a literal cannon, get your timbers with... what? Get your timbers shivered and having the level debate you into thinking it's over, all within a space of 2 minutes. I didn't know about this level until doing this video and I feel robbed. Genuinely, this is beauty, this is art. That is only possible with Maker 4, genuinely the best level ever. Normal levels are an interesting bunch. Not easy enough to be easy, but not hard enough to have actual gameplay. And with that comes the fact that I don't think I actually know a single one that dropped in 2024. I played through all of the epic rated ones that dropped this year, except for 000 because of the flash warning. And very conveniently, there was one classic and one platformer that grabbed my attention as the best, far above all the others. I'll start with the classic level, which is literally just white space but slowed down. Look at this and tell me this isn't anything short of beautiful. There isn't much I can say here, just look for yourself. Slowly drifting from platform to platform, jumping up calmly like a little, oh my god, I just could get this level. Anyway, Nature Journey is a very cute level. The gameplay is nothing to write home about, as most 3-star platformers are, but the decoration is amazing. I wouldn't say it's as good as the classic level, but it's still really nice. Just sat here taking in everything about the landscape around you. And no, before you ask, the landscape is not windy. If I had to choose though, Somnorium takes it ahead. Hard levels are the first time that the 2.2 rating system adding legendary and godlike levels saved me a lot of time. Hard and harder levels are at that spot where you get a bunch of them that are featured or epic and try to hit daily, but there aren't that many of them that go beyond that. Now look, I'm not trying to say that every hard and harder level was just made to get daily, but I'm also not saying that they weren't. Anyway, there are literally 4 hard levels that have gotten a legendary or above, and even more conveniently, 2 of them are classic and 2 of them are platformer. The classic level's easy, Summer Gallery is amazing, but the Stereo Madness is just pure beauty. And as for the 2 platformer levels, I didn't realise how close the harder section was actually going to end up being. Platformer is pretty much between two levels, Slash by Just Potato Now and Decay by Vegtam. I love both levels equally and legally cannot give an opinion because they are honestly pretty damn close to godlike. I do think that Decay will end up winning because I remember that level having a bigger splash about if it should have gotten godlike or not, but they are both equally good in my eyes. The choice between classic levels is, thankfully, a lot easier, even though there are some really amazing classic levels such as Get Happy, Carrot Space, Subwoofer Lullaby and so many more. Own Display by El Mato Swag is just too good. A lot better than a lot of mythic levels in my opinion, but that's a video for another time. Yeah, Own Display wins, but some of its competition could have easily wiped if they were in a different difficulty tier. Now on to Insanes, and considering Berserker is the only mythic Insane, I think it's fair to say that it wins the classic section. Is what I would say if last GD Awards didn't look like this. BUSSIN will win the GD Awards, I'm calling it right now. Best Insane platformer is really easy to decide as well. 3 Depth by Nemo, I don't think anyone disagrees with me on this one, to be honest. Now on to the demon levels, the first of which being Easy Demons. Easy Demons have 2 godlike levels, both hosted by the same person, and either of these could win, honestly. I personally think Next Cab Soon is going to take it from Astrolith, literally just from the fact that GD Cullen said he likes it more. They are both amazing levels. Huge props to Arclear for making what will more than likely end up being the 2 top levels in the same category. Easy Demon platformers are a lot harder to come by than their classic counterpart, but I think there's one that beats out the rest, that being Ever After by Gallofuff. It is literally the sequel to one of the most highly regarded legendary levels to this day, and the quality stays. I don't want to talk about this more because we're entering the difficulty that has some of the most stacked set of levels this year, that being the Medium Demons. It's an interesting change of scene. Medium demons are usually forgotten, with a lot of creators deciding it's much more worth it to put their effort into making an easy demon, which is objectively the best difficulty. And we still had some of that, compare 8 legendary medium demons to 20 easy demons. But there's also been a really great number of medium demons that have been pretty good, and this is best shown in the fact that out of 10 godlike levels this year, 3rd of them have been medium demons. In terms of classic, I can't really stand looking at the level for more than 5 seconds, but I'd only have to assume that WannaCry by Kira9999 is amazing considering it placed 4th in the NCS Scorned contest. There are still some awesome classic medium demons that I want to mention before we continue, such as Casino Blitz for representing the life we should all strive for, Metamorphosis for being the level that the most people got mad about not placing in the top 10 NCS levels, and I'd also like to talk about Golden Hope and Sugar High for somehow being only epic rated while looking like this. I talked about classic levels a lot, and I was intentionally stalling for the platform of medium demons, and that is for a very good reason. That reason being that there is only one real option. Quarion is peak Geometry Dash, literally an entire short game in the level editor, and I know there are multiple of these, but Quarion is the best one, so unless Dairy Queen Deluxe got ported from the GDPS, this level has no competition. Hard demons are pretty interesting. This difficulty had the 10th rated godlike level twice. With classic levels, it's pretty simple. Anarchy Road made waves throughout the community for its creator, Chromatic5, taking 2,000 hours on this one project. And you can see it. Every part of this level is full to the brim with detail, literally everywhere you look. I feel like I'm repeating myself with all these levels, but this is just pure masterpiece. Buoy Base is my personal favourite hard demon, and it might appear somewhere in the nominations, but I would not count on it. Platformer levels is where it gets a lot more interesting, with 3 platformer hard demons having been awarded the godlike rating at one point or another. These are also godlike levels that I know the least about, with the one exception being the Towerverse, which I absolutely love, and it's probably my favourite godlike level to date, even if it's the first one. I remember waking up and hearing, holy shit, first godlike. For me back in March, this level is insane. Some people say it doesn't deserve the rating because none of the parts are that special, but that's not the point of the level. It will take you at least half an hour on your first playthrough. It's like expecting Desert Pass to be decorated like Change of Scene. It's not physically possible. Also, your favourite godlike isn't translated into Spanish. My favourite godlike is translated into Spanish. Me 1, you 0. Aside from the Towerverse, I also want to talk about the second level by Moist and Egged in this video. Terminus is literally just roguelike Space Invaders, and I understand it's a whole genre of game, but I don't play any of them, so I wouldn't know how to accurately describe it other than roguelike Space Invaders. This level is 100% going to win. While I still personally prefer the Towerverse because of its charm, I can't deny that this is miles more technically impressive. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned something. This was made in 22,000 objects. If Terminus doesn't win the whole category, it is purely because not enough people have talked about it. Ah yes, the Insane Demon. You got 3 legendary levels, and I'm just gonna assume Orbiter is the best Insane Demon platformer because it's the only one to actually get above Epic, and I'm not playing a bunch of levels that are in the same difficulty tier as I want to be the guy to see which one of them looks the best for something I'm literally supposed to get out tomorrow as of writing this. So yeah, Orbiter wins, even though I've literally never looked at the level in my life. The other 2 legendary Insane Demons are both classic levels, and I think Comatose takes the win here since it's literally 9 minutes. If a level using a Nong song is getting a legendary rate, it is a pretty damn good level. And now we make it onto the hardest of the difficulties, Extreme Demon. And I think that in terms of classic levels, Waterfall has this one secured. Most people are hyping it up to be godlike from long before it was ever verified by Lord Vadercraft. With it being a charity team project and one that's up on the main list, it gets that double massive popularity boost above the competition. Not much more to say, easily the most popular Extreme of this year that looks good enough to win. And it is not much more difficult to talk about platformer levels, considering there is literally 3 of them that have been awarded higher than a feature, 2 epics and 1 mythic. I wonder which one's going to win. I'm literally recording this audio less than 3 hours before the video is supposed to be out, so I'm not going to cover all the rest of the categories, I'm just going to talk about one. So on screen, these 6 are what I believe to be the best videos of this year. Okay, now you can pause to see why I've chosen these videos. We're only a year into 2.2, and we've seen genuine masterpieces in the editor. Yeah, that's kind of it. Bye bye!